Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, we're going to give a quick update on ZBCN as it's starting to show a little bit of strength right now as we're seeing some positive momentum, and we want to break that down in this video. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, only use risk capital, and thank you to those who continue to support the channel. So with Zebec Network, we're sitting at 0.0048 and some change, and we're up 17.2% over the last 24 hours. And the cool thing is the trading volume has picked up. So 25 million over the last 24 hours. So we definitely want to continue on this path and continue on with that strength in trading volume. Now, at one point, we were up as high as well over 200 something million in trading volume. Yeah, that says 232 million in a 24-hour period. So we were getting some heavy volume. So it's definitely would be nice to get back up to that range and price target at let's see, what do we get to? 0068 and some change. Now, could Zebec Network get to 1 cent in this bull run on like a short term basis? I believe it still can. And the reason why I feel that way was number one, we still haven't got all the listings. So we're still waiting on like a Coinbase listing. We're still waiting on a Binance listing, a Gemini listing, and other major exchanges, which will bring more volume. So we're definitely looking at from that standpoint. And also, I think what is encouraging is the holder count is staying strong here. And then as you can see with the holder count, we're still going up. Now it has slowed something over the last couple of weeks because of the pullback on the price, but people that are holders of ZBCN are holding it, which is great, which leads me to believe that these holders see a lot of upside. On a short-term basis, can ZBCN get to 1 cent? I believe so. Long term, when I mean long term, like within a year's time frame, can it get to 10 cents? I believe that is definitely achievable because we still have a smaller market cap, 476 million. We're not even at $1 billion market cap yet. So once we get to a billion and potentially a 10 billion, it's achievable because number one, ZBCN or Zebec Network has their own debit card, and any fees from the debit card they're using to buy back ZBCN, buy back and burn some of the supply, and their partnerships are going to continue to grow. Their clients, from a payroll perspective, are going to continue to grow, which we need to be looking at. So those are all positive indicators to me that this community is extremely this not only is this project bullish, but the community is extremely excited about what's going on. And then real quick, we hop over to Luna Crush. Looks like engagements are up 43 43K. So engagements are up, meaning more people are interacting with Zebec Network content on different social media platforms. So that's good to know. Mentions are up. So again, more people are mentioning it, which is great to see. So sentiment is at 78%. But you get the point for some of these social media type metrics here. And if we go over to X, so I found this was a great tweet about what is happening and kind of the full scope of Zebec Network. It says Zebec Network isn't just a coin, it's infrastructure. While others chase hype, ZBCN is already delivering real world utility at scale. This is real time finance. This is the alpha. Yeah, so instant programmable money streams, payroll, subscriptions, RWAs, DPN. So yeah, that's huge. So imagine like instant money streams or instant money streams for like content creators where they can get those funds just like that. Imagine subscriptions that you could get paid by the second. So instead of like monthly and yearly subscriptions, your subscription fees and revenues would come in by the second, which would be kind of mind boggling if you think about it. And then payroll, again, payroll by the second, by the minute, as opposed to waiting weekly, 2 weeks, a month. You get the point. And then, you know, here, their Zebec Network also has their own point of sale devices. So those eventually will start popping up in stores, and another revenue stream with those point of sale devices at each store, which is cool. And then the ZBCN debit card, or the Zebec Network debit card, excuse me, which continues to reach out and get more partnerships. So more and more crypto projects will be able to use the Zebec Network debit card, and that'll bring in kind of more communities all over the place. And not to mention Solana itself. Solana itself is a juggernaut. That's the cool thing about this. It's already so Zebec Network is already on Solana, which is a powerhouse. So like well over 5 billion in trading volume over the last 24 hours, and that's just going to continue to grow through this bull run. So all those heavy Solana users and whales could potentially migrate over to ZBCN if they're looking for utility projects on Solana. We know Solana is very meme coin driven. So imagine those massive gains from meme coins going into like real world utility with ZBCN. And we're already seeing partnerships with meme coins into ZBCN. Zeus is one, that's a meme coin, and they have a partnership with ZBCN simply because of the debit card. So you could potentially have a ton of meme coin partnerships using the Zebec Network debit card, which will bring on massive volume. So let's not forget that. And then if we let's see if we can expand this a little bit further. They're talking about institutional grade partnerships integrated with Circle, Coinbase, Solana Pay, Ondu Finance, MasterCard, Visa. We already talked about DPIN. We already talked about Zebec Card, enterprise ready infrastructure, and then all these other points here. But definitely real world utility that could at scale really, because the payroll market is pretty huge. So this could potentially be a massive, massive project. And then Midas Gold has this post here. He says XRP equals old guard, VChain equals supply chain, Solana equals speed, ZBCN equals real world utility, live streaming payroll, AI meets DeFi, cards compliance, capital flow. So the payroll market is like a $1 trillion market. So imagine Zebec Network getting some of that, getting some of those, those partnerships, and grabbing a hold of some of that market share. It's going to be a game changer, and it's all going to be on the blockchain. A lot of a lot of everything that's in Web 2 is going to be migrating to Web 3 and blockchain technology. And right here we have ZBCN, which is leading the charge for payroll. And then lastly, Angelique had this great tweet. She tweets out, swap with ZBCN on Robinhood Wallet now. I made a video to verify. You have to download the Robinhood Wallet app. Yeah, so this is kind of an example of what she's showing with ZBCN. But it's good to know that Robinhood has noticed ZBCN. Could there be like more news coming out from Robinhood regarding ZBCN? Who knows? But this is definitely some positive news that we're seeing. So more and more, and look for more and more exchanges, look for more wallets to be adding ZBCN as it continues to pick up steam and that trading volume continues to hold strong, which is like positive indicator for any crypto project, any wallet, any exchange. It is definitely a kind of a green flag for some of these other projects to be looking at what Zebec Network is doing. So I hope this video provided you with some value, some definite positive momentum with Zebec Network. We're seeing the holders continue to grow. We're seeing those partnerships continue to form. And the volume on Solana is the place to be for any project or a utility coin that has the massive potential that ZBCN has. And it's kind of like being at the right place at the right time as we continue on with this momentum during the bull run. I want to thank you for listening and thanks for stopping by.